Hi, welcome back to Don't Waste Daddy. We've been sheltering in place from the coronavirus for over a month now, and I figured, why not make one of my favorite bulk meals, the parfait. Parfait is perfect in French, and understandably so. It has yogurt, granola, and fruit. It includes protein, calcium, essential vitamins, and probiotics. It's a great meal that can be prepared ahead of time, even overnight, and just simple and easy to make. If you make it in bulk, it can be cost effective as well. So we'll first start with making homemade yogurt. You'll need an Instant Pot, and you'll need milk, half gallon, and a starter, 1/4 cup of ideally Greek yogurt. And so there's 2 phases. One will be pasteurizing the milk in order to get rid of unwanted bacteria. And then the second step is adding the starter, which will provide the inoculation of good bacteria and start the fermentation process. Okay, so what we're gonna do is open the lid for the yogurt and add the milk to the Instant Pot. Close the lid, and then what we're going to do is we're going to set it to boil. So there is a yogurt feature here. You press it twice to boil and start the pasteurization process. It's already set to boil, and we just wait a few seconds and then it'll start boiling. Okay, so the milk has stopped pasteurizing, and now we can remove the lid and take out the liner. And I stand corrected as before, it didn't take nearly as long as an hour for it to pasteurize, but it will take an hour for the milk to return to room temperature before we can add the starter. It'll look like that. Okay, so at this stage, the milk has been pasteurized, and I've skimmed as much of the skin off the top as I possibly could. And now the next step is to add the liner with the milk back into the Instant Pot. And then I'm going to add the starter yogurt. Now, I'm going to set the timer. I'm going to move the Instant Pot a little bit over here. And I'm going to put the lid back on. And then press the yogurt button once, twice, and then add the time. In the past, I've only done it for 8.5 hours, and it was still pretty liquidy. And I heard from another video that you could put it on for 12 to 24 hours. So I'm gonna set it for 12 hours and see how thick and creamy it will be at the end of the cycle. Okay, so this is 12 hours later at least. The following morning, I'm gonna open up the lid to the Instant Pot, remove the cover, and stir the yogurt. So as you can see, it's inoculated. I just have to stir for a little while to blend any parts that are in there to make it smooth. And it's still a bit runny, so what I'll do is store it in the refrigerator for 24 hours to see if it thickens up a bit. I can also sift it to make it thicker, and next time I can see if I can run it longer than 12 hours. But I already noticed it's a little bit thicker than when I normally run it for 8 to 9 hours. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna put it in a container and put it in a refrigerator. When you go to the grocery store, you'll find many varieties of granola. I love granola personally because you can put it with yogurt, or you can include it as cereal and milk. But basically, I found this recipe on allrecipes.com, and it includes 4 cups of oats, half a cup of coconut oil, a third cup of honey, third to a half cup. You have a tablespoon of cinnamon, a tablespoon of flaxseed, a cup of dry ingredients such as your raisins, and I use sliced almonds. The dry ingredients you put in and the spices can vary. It all depends on your preference. These are some of my favorites, and basically the first step is you combine all the dry ingredients. The second step is you combine the wet ingredients, and you add the wet and dry ingredients together, and you mix it all up, put it in a pan, into the oven, and let it bake. So let's start off with the first step, which is adding the dry ingredients. Okay, I'm going to be mixing this together, and then I will combine the wet ingredients. So I've combined all the dry ingredients, and now I'm just going to turn on the stove, and all I want to do is heat the pot up enough to melt my coconut oil and my honey to where I can combine the two, and then put it in a measuring cup, and then add that amount to the dry ingredients. Okay, so I'm gonna mix the wet ingredients one last time, and then I'm gonna add coconut oil and the honey to the dry ingredients. All right, now that all the ingredients are mixed together, I'm going to pour them into this grease pan. And get the layer as evenly as possible, and then put it in the oven. The granola will cook at 300 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna set the cook time for 20 minutes. Okay, once 20 minutes is up, I'll pull it out of the oven and let it cool. I would recommend halfway through, approximately, taking the granola out and stirring it, mixing it together, and then putting it back in the oven. I pulled the granola out of the oven, and this is the next day where it has finally cooled off. And it's not burnt, it's crunchy, and it'll be ready to store. And even if I have a bowl of granola, twice a day, then it should still last for a week. There you go. And you can store it for cereal, or you can use it in your parfaits. To conclude this video, now you have a half gallon of granola, a half gallon of yogurt, and whatever fruit you want to use. And that should last you throughout the week. Although oftentimes it doesn't in our household. So thank you again for watching, and please subscribe to my channel and like this video if you haven't already. Alright, take care and stay safe and healthy. Goodbye. Alright, Dylan, how do you like your parfait? You like it? Okay, yeah. Great. Well, do you want to try it? You might actually need a fork. Should I get you a fork? Yeah? Okay. Alright. This might be a big enough parfait for the both of us to eat. We'll see if Dylan will share. Okay. Alright. This is Don't Waste Daddy. And I'll see you next time. You don't want to share?
I'm gonna be a raspberry.
Okay, a strawberry?
Yeah.
I can have a strawberry? Alright, great. Thank you.